Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy Brent here, and like I said in my last video, today we'll be reviewing the Okayu and Korone pop-up parade figurines. So today I'll be giving my opinions on whether or not these figurines are good, the design and all, and if they're worth buying or not. So yeah, hopefully you were able to learn something new from this video, and let's jump right into it. So to start off this video, let's first look at the Inugami Korone pop-up parade figurines. So starting from the head, we can see Korone's cute brown hair and her dog ears. She also has two hairpins which are in the shape of bones, being a dog and all, doing a cute wink with the peace sign. Also, she has a nice collar with a dog paw. We can also see her cute white dress and her adorable yellow jacket with the red and blue patterns. There's also some really nice ribbons on the side and some crossbones on the dress. And hey look, there's a cute charm on the dress. And then her thighs. But now listen, ladies and gentlemen, I know I said that we need to check the pants, but this is Corona, man, and you literally just can't lose. I am so sorry, but I had to check. So anyway, now that I know that my time on this earth is limited, let's move on to her shoes. She's got nice white and blue sneakers with some red shoelaces, and she's got the nice red long socks. Alright, now going to her back, we can see the back of her head. You can see it's not that detailed, but it's alright. Some ribbons which are on the side of her jackets, and her tail. What's there to say? It's a really cute tail. She's Corone's tail, and her thighs. Now look, I know I did it the first time, but I'm not gonna do. Why do I keep lying to myself? So anyway, before I lose all my fingers, let's look at the back of her shoes. We can see the back of her sneakers, and you might notice on the right foot there's a little bit of blue paint that's scuffed on the white part. That's probably just a design mistake, and yeah, it's pretty alright. Looks pretty good. So yeah, that was the Inugami Korone pop-up parade figurine. So now that we've looked at Korone, let's now go to Okayu. So yeah, starting from the top, we can see Okayu's cute purple hair and her cat ears. You also might notice there's a little scratch on the top of her head. Don't know if that's where that came from. So you can see she has a nice charm on her like Korone does. And her onigiri hoodie, yep, that's a cute one as well. And she's doing finger guns as to basically say, yeah, I'm cool, I'm a cool cat, cool as a cucumber, like that one comedian said. You can see the blessed stomach in the little bit of a belly button sort of. Now her sweatpants, of course, one of the legs of the sweatpants are raised, and her shoes, her black and yellow, these sneakers, I don't know, these look like a mix of, yeah, probably sneakers. Yeah, sneakers. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the front part. Looks pretty alright if you ask me. Going to the back side of the figurine, we can see the back of her hair, which is actually has some pretty good detail, not gonna lie. See the back of her, you can see the actual hood of her hoodie, and look, cattail. Wait, hold up, hold up. What's that purple thing? Is that pants? Alright, pants joke aside, let's go back to the actual review. So you can see the back of her sweatpants, yeah, you can see the back of her raised leg, and yeah, you can see her shoe, not wearing socks, don't know if that's comfortable, but yeah, it's pretty much it. Looks pretty good here in the back. Yeah. So yeah, that was the Inugami Korone and the Nekomata Okayu pop-up parade figurines. So let me first state some things I don't like about these figurines, and yes, I know, it's impossible. How could I not like Korone and Okayu? Well, I said I was gonna review it, so I'm gonna give you an unbiased review. So if you look at the top of her head, and hold on, camera's not focusing. Up there. If you look at the top of her head, you can clearly tell where the parts were stuck together, that it's just a bunch of plastic stuck together. And honestly, it makes the dog ears look like it's a headband because there's like a two line separating the two, or the border where each other meet. So that's one thing I really don't like about it. Granted, you can only really see this if you're like looking at it closely, like you're just holding the figurine and inspecting it. But if it's just on your shelf, you probably won't notice it. Now this next one is kind of stupid, but if you look really closely, you can tell that the silver paw isn't actually connected to her collar. But this is only something you'll notice if you look really closely. There's also the fact that the red and blue buttons are pink for some reason, pink and blue. And yeah, and also the shoes are, I really don't like the shoes. For some reason, they look very poorly made. Oh, so it's not focusing there. They look really poorly made. I'm gonna put a still frame right here. So looking at the still frame, you probably won't notice this because it's not easy to show through a video, but For some reason, the shoe just looks weird and clunky to me. It just looks like it's badly shaped, and also the paint also doesn't look good. Here's another angle of the shoe, and yeah, it just doesn't look good to me for some reason. Like, I know that this is a pop-up parade figurine, and you know those are cheap, so of course you know you get what you pay for. But my Maple figurine, Maple, the one I reviewed last time, actually had really good shoes as well, really glossy, it looked really detailed. So when you compare that to this, you know, obviously you could tell that they could have done it better. So yeah, that's my all my complaints for the front part. So yeah, looking at the back of the figurine, we can see more of those weird lines which make it very obvious that plastic was just stuck together to make this hair. And I know that's how figurines are made, but it's not good if it's too obvious. The back of the jacket and the ribbons, nothing to say about that. The dog tail's cute, like I said. It's pretty hard to mess up a dog tail. Going down, the thighs are alright. The red long socks are good too. And here's another problem I have with these shoes. It's that there's a lot of paint scuffing. So if you look really closely, and let me put a still frame and zoom it in right now. So as you can see, there's some paint scuffing where the blue starts to go into the white. It's not a big deal. I know, it sounds like I'm nitpicking, but I did say I was going to point out mistakes, I think. So there's that. Of course, you're not probably going to notice it since you don't normally look at the back of the figurine, let alone the shoes. Also, I noticed something. If you look closely, you can notice the top part of the shoe and the bottom part isn't stick together like 100% connected. There's a little gap in between, but again, you know, probably it's not a big deal, so you probably won't care about it. So yeah, that's my review for Inugami Korone's pop-up parade figurine. So now let's look at and review Okayu's pop-up parade figurine. So starting from the top, we can see an instant problem, and it's that the front and back of her head, for some reason, there's this line which makes it look separated. And because of that, it makes it look low-key like an android, wherein you can take off the faceplate. And also there's a little scratch on the little line on her head. I forgot what this thing is called. So yeah, that's pretty much my problems with the Okayu's figurine, specifically in the head. If we go down, we can see her cute face, and notice that her collar, you can actually see that the little gold cat charm is actually connected to her collar. Zoomed it in, just you know, you could see easier. So yeah, that's good on them for that. The hoodie is pretty alright, nothing to complain there. Stomach's blessed as always. Sweatpants are alright, and her shoes, I actually like her shoes, not gonna lie. They're actually pretty well made. I actually like the design. Looks pretty even, pretty balanced, pretty chunky as well. So yeah, compared to Korone's shoes, I actually like Okayu's better because it looks better made in terms of shape. Looking at the top, you can actually see again the line I was talking about. Let me put a still frame here for you people to see it. So you can clearly see there's a line between the front of the head and the back of the head. The back of the hair is pretty good in my opinion, pretty detailed. I really like it. The hoodies, again, like I said, it's alright. Let's focus there. Cattail's alright as well. I'm really curious about what that little purple thing is. Is it actually Okayu's pants? Is it? Yeah, well, you know, leave it up to our imaginations. So pants aside, we can go down and actually see the sweat pants, and it's pretty good, nothing to say. And here are the shoes, and again, I really like her shoes. Still can't figure out if they're sneakers or boots. They kind of look like really thick sneakers, borderline boots. Anyway, really good, really like the painting on this one. The shapes are really good, really well designed, no paint scuffing as well. So you know, if you're gonna compare this to Korone's pop-up parade shoes, this is actually really good. So yeah, that does it for my review of the Inugami Korone and Nekomata Okayu pop-up parade figurines. So to summarize my review on it, first of all, the Korone figurine, I don't like the head because it's very clear where the parts were stuck together, and like again the head, because of that, or the weird lines and such, the dog ears look like it was just a headband that she's wearing. Granted, you'll only be able to see it if you're looking at a bird's eye view, but still, it's an issue. The dog collar honestly is a very minor issue, so I'm not going to be letting it affect my final verdict of the figurine because I know it's not that important. And the shoes, like what can I say? I don't like it. It's badly shaped in my opinion. It's badly shaped. there's gaps between the top and the bottom, and also there's some paint scuffing, but that's about it. For the Okayu one, my only real complaint is the line on her head, which makes the front and the back of the head look like they can be separated. I don't know what's up with these two figurines, why there's so many weird lines where they don't need to be. So that's my only complaint. Everything else about the Okayu figurine honestly is pretty good. So what do I think of these figurines? Well, I honestly think they're pretty damn good. Like, yeah, they have their issues, but they're still pretty good figurines for their price. So that being said, do I think these figurines are worth buying? Yes, I do think they're worth buying. If you can get past the head and the shoes of Korone and the weird line head thing in Okayu's figurine, then honestly it's pretty alright. And I'm pretty sure you won't notice anyway since you're just gonna put it on your shelf. So yeah, if you wanna buy them, go ahead, I suggest it. It's really good figurines. Now, what would I score them individually? So for Korone, honestly, I'd give her a 7 out of 10. 7 is still a pretty good score. It means it's a good figurine, but it has its issues. Again, her hair looks really weird, or head, or more her head. Well, technically it's a portion of the hair. Basically, it doesn't look good to me. It looks weird because of it makes it look like a headband, and it's very obvious where the parts were just stuck together. You know, I already explained this earlier. And the shoes, they're just shaped weirdly. It's not a big deal for the shoes, but still, it doesn't look that good when you look at it closely. So yeah, 7 out of 10. For Okayu, I would give her a 9 out of 10. Because, you know, I only really have one problem with it, and that's the line on her head, which makes the front and the back of her head look separated. But other than that, everything else is really good. Like, I have no complaints. So yeah, that's my review of the Inugami Korone and Nekomata Okayu Pop-Up Parade figurines. These are some pretty good figurines to have if you're collecting figurines at a budget. And if you want to collect Hololive figures especially, they also have a Loud Pop-Up Parade. There's been a lot announced recently. Fubuki, Mio, which I've already pre-ordered. There's also Pekora, which is up for pre-orders now. Miko, Sora, Marine, Aqua, a lot of them basically. So that being said, I want to say thank you all for watching the video. Hopefully this video was able to inform you about these figurines, and yeah, hopefully I can review more in the future.